Hello, sports fans, and welcome to HCAM Television's Hiller Sports. We have the JV Hillers against the Holliston Panthers. Welcome to Wednesday night at the Athletic Center. It's 4:56 p.m., and we are just getting started. Tom Nappy will be here shortly to begin the play-by-play.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers JV Boys Basketball, and we are underway as Hopkinton takes on Holliston, a 3-2 Holliston lead in the first quarter with 5:42 and counting left to go. Tom Nappy, Mike Tarosian, happy to be with you for today's game.
Yeah, you notice it's going to be a quiet one tonight because Holliston does not allow parents at home or away games.
That is true. We had that experience when the girls took on Holliston as Zach Hyman misses a shot. Holliston has the rebound. Owen Simpson with possession along the far side. Feeds it over to Dumas. Dumas into the interior up, and no good is Zakruski. Here comes the Hillers. A shot for three and no good by Hyman. Batted in the air. Hillers collect. Dessenroth feeds it out. And out of play it goes. A little too far ahead of Hyman. Holliston ball. Bit of a early start here. And
yeah, they did start. They started 5 minutes early, Tom, which, so technically you might have been on time, but, yeah, you're still late.
it's all right. Better late than never.
That's right. But I was here covering the action, welcoming the crowd, and we're on.
Absolutely. This game was, of course, supposed to take place yesterday, but was postponed to today because of the snow. 3 ball, no good by Stevens. Keeps it in bounds. And now an attempt to get it back to Stevens, stolen away by Ibbotson, but we have a foul. I saw the JV2 team had a nice day today.
Yeah, nice big win for the JV2 or freshman team, whatever you want to call it.
It's JV2 now. That is the title, the permanent title they're going to be going with.
Well, I'm going to have to change that.
And there is sophomores on the roster, so it's not just freshmen anymore.
Right.
At a play it goes.
Well, they had to trickle down because they had to cut down all the roster sizes.
But I believe they are going to keep the JV2 thing going.
Oh, there you go. Inside information.
Yep. Simpson feeds it up top to Koev. I believe that was something they actually started last year. Simpson along the baseline, up and good.
Well, the reason we weren't made aware of it because we weren't broadcasting back then.
That's right.
But you're going to see these games from now on, now that we have the technology built in.
Yes, you'll see all the freshman JV games.
Anything from the athletic center you'll be able to see.
Yep, middle school. We have some middle school coming up.
Yep.
Kept in bounds over to Hyman. Feeds it over to Hicks. Now to Smith. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. A 5-2 Holliston lead. Hillers looking for a bucket here. Up for 3 and no good is Smith. Battle for the ball. Jump ball called as Hicks and Koev get wrapped up.
Yeah, we got a timeout.
Timeout with 3:38 left to go. 5-2 Holliston lead. Hillers trying to get something going from the floor. Had a nice game against Westwood last week that we had for you. And that was a come-from-behind win for the JV team. Ended up taking it 50-43. And we'll have those highlights up very soon. Holliston is led by head coach John Irusi, and Hillers JV led by head coach Chris Banks. And we'll have this game for you and the varsity game coming up. And
yeah, it should start around 6:30, I hope.
It's exciting to see Holliston make it onto the schedule. We had a great segment that you'll see next week on HCAM Sports Talk talking about the situation with high school football, which will be starting up in March. Of course, HCAM Sports Talk, catch every Wednesday at 3 p.m. is driving in Hyman up for the shot, and he knocks it down. And a play it goes. It'll be Holliston ball. I wonder if we'll see Wyatt Stevens on the football team. Got to look at him on the 8th grade team as Hyman knocks down a 3. A 7-5 lead now for the Hillers. They started off a little slow, but starting to heat up from the floor.
Looks like another timeout again, Tom.
Yeah, Holliston wants to talk things over now. Of course, this season, a little bit of a different situation in between quarters. They get up to a 2.5 minute break between each quarter. No real halftime break.
Even if they gave him 5 minutes at halftime, is that still really enough?
Sometimes it is. I guess it's good if you are going into the halftime break and shooting well and momentum's going your way. But if it's not,
right,
you want that 10-minute break.
Well, absolutely. And you want to be able to do it in the locker room because you don't want fans, in this case we don't have any tonight, but generally you don't want the fans to be paying attention to what is going on during that halftime.
Right.
That is between the coach and the players.
And Hyman comes away with it, feeds it in, over to the wing to Hicks. Now to Braden Hicks. Ryan and Braden both out there for the Hillers. Ryan feeds it over to Hyman. And we get a kickball, Holliston ball. So far in the game, 3 fouls against the Hillers, none against Holliston. And we have a foul here on the entry, and this looks like it'll be against Holliston. Oh no, they're going to get the Hillers here. They get Braden Hicks with the foul. It's the 4th on Hopkinton. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Owen Simpson trying to work it up the floor. Dumas back to Simpson. Now Kiley. And another kickball here, Hillers ball. And we have a whole lot of Hillers sports coming up throughout the rest of the week. We'll have alpine skiing tomorrow at 7 p.m.
It's championship, right?
Yeah, I guess zone championship you could call it. We'll be competing against the best of the best from the 5 or 6 teams that they compete against. Carson feeds it out to Hyman, up for 3, and he knocks it down. Zach Hyman feeling it. Trying to work it up the floor now is Koev. On the far side, Kiley. And a nice feed inside, and a good finisher by Owen Zakruski.
I'm going to trust you on that pronunciation.
I'm not.
That sounded better than what I could say.
Up and no good by Murphy. Oh, did you do a little announcing while you were waiting?
Well, I did. I just welcomed a guest and told him that you were delayed.
And we have a steal here by Seamus Murphy off the missed Koev shot.
That was a nice give. That was quick, but was unable to handle it.
Massa on the entry to Koev. And the feet underneath, off the glass and in, Zakruski. And he'll go to the line for the and one opportunity. A 10-9 Hillers lead, 1:24 left, and back and forth we go here in this first quarter. So we've had a couple of momentum shifts. No good on the and one. Here comes the Hillers as Hyman feeds it over to the corner. Now it's back to Hyman. Hicks. Hyman now Murphy. Feeds it into Pantera. Up and in he goes. Taking it up the floor, Simpson. On the corner, that's Zakruski. Now over to Kylie. And batted out of play along the baseline by Hicks. Off the entry. Here comes Dumas. Feeds it over to Kylie. Kylie for three at the shot clock buzzer, no good. Pantera with the rebound. And here comes the Hillers. Up for three, no good there. That was Ryan Hicks on the attempt. Hillers do get the rebound as Carson collects. Feeds it out to Stevens. Batted out of play off of Simpson. Hillers will have the inbound. Running out of time on the quarter. Pantera, no good. Grabs his own rebound, turns it around, up again, no good. Bats it up, and that'll do it. For the first quarter after one, it is the Hillers 12, Holliston 9. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers JV Boys Basketball on HCAM. Start of the second quarter, 12-9, Hillers lead. Stevens feeds it up to Hicks, and out of the wing, up for three, no good, is Bertucci Bissonette. And here comes Holliston. Koev leaves it behind for Dumas, driving in, and a collision there. We're going to have a foul. It's Dumas and Stevens collide. I think it's going to be on Holliston. I know they called him for travel, excuse me. So Hillers ball. Pantera over to the wing to Hicks. Feeds it out to Bertucci Bissonette along the baseline. Up to Pantera on the elbow, driving in. And swatted out of bounds as Zakruski gets the hand in there. Hicks on the entry. Stevens back to Hicks, and now Pantera. Off the hand of Destinroth, and here comes Holliston. Dumas back to Koev. Top O'Connor feeds it into Zakruski, up and in, plus a foul. Another and one opportunity for the sophomore, Owen Zakruski. Zach Hyman striking for 8 points in that first quarter to give the Hillers the lead as Zakurski finishes off the and one. Pass over to Bertucci Bissonette along the baseline. Feeds it out to Stevens up for three. No good off the rim. And a battle for the ball. And it is going to finally draw the jump ball call. Nice effort by Desenroth holding on to it, but it will be Holliston's ball. Hillers continuing with full court pressure.
Yeah,
we have a foul, yeah. Well, Hiller's going to need to be careful with the foul situation.
Yeah, Holliston's quite comfortable there.
Yeah. Front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Loose ball picked up by Hicks. Driving in, up, no good. And a rebound for Holliston. O'Connor collects. No, it's going to be stolen away. Up for the shot for Bertucci Bissonette, no good. And then the secondary attempt by Stevens, and he finishes. Up the near side, and it was swatted up by Smith, and then out of play off of Ibbotson. Stevens on the entry. Hicks takes it up. Back to Stevens, up with the right hand, no good. Follow through, yes, Cole Desenroth. Nice effort there by Desenroth with the follow through. Hillers up by 4, a couple minutes into the second quarter. Koev to Simpson. O'Connor, Ibbotson feeds it out now. Koev up for the jumper, no good. And it's going to be stolen away by Dumas. Koev driving in. And we'll get a foul. Heading over to the line is Ibbotson. .5:20 left to go in this second quarter. Hillers up 16-12. On the front end, no good. Holliston maintains possession for the moment. And now it's taken away by the Hillers. Carson. And a 3 attempt. No good off the rim goes Hyman. And a battle for the ball. And we get a jump ball call. Hyman got locked up with Zakurski. On the entry, Stevens gets it in. Hyman back to Stevens. Now Hyman feeds it over to Carson. Out of the corner. Hyman thinking about taking it in. Up for the fadeaway, no good. Pantero with the putback, no. And he grabs the rebound once again, and we have a foul. And we'll have Holliston's first foul of the game. We'll get Brendan Ibbotson. Sam Pantera, the only freshman on this JV roster, at the line for 2. And he hits the first. On the second, count it. Dumas sends it into Koev. And here comes Holliston. Back over to Koev. Now to Dumas. Over to the corner, up for three, and knocking it down is Zarkuski. Actually, that's going to be a long two. But a nice shot nonetheless. Feeds it over to Smith, and now to the wing. Hyman for three, no good. Batted up, taken by Carson. Driving in, up for the shot, and good is Stevens. A 20-14 Hillers lead. Dumas feeds it over to Koev. Along the baseline and up goes Zarkuski. And we'll have a foul here as Stevens was driving in. We'll get Koev with the contact. Feeds it out, up for three. No good there by Hicks. Rebound Pantera puts it back. Count it, plus the foul. And one opportunity for Sam Pantera. Count it.
3 the old-fashioned way.
That puts the Hillers up by 7. Dumas, and was knocked away, and we have a foul. Looks like they'll get Braden Hicks. Will be his third. Holliston is in the bonus. Caden Dumas to the line. Team 9th for the Hillers. I'd like to welcome in everybody watching in Holliston and, of course, all the Hillers fans. And putting that one in is Zakruski.
Yeah, I want to remind the Holliston viewers watch our YouTube. You can also catch us on, if you're a Verizon customer, on Channel 31 on Verizon.
Up for three from up top, knocking it down, Wyatt Stevens. And speaking of Holliston, Holliston Cable will have the Hillers boys hockey team on the road in Holliston tonight. So if you're looking for that game, you can catch it over on Holliston's cable channel as well as their Facebook page. Driving in, Stevens up for the lay-in, and we have a foul. It's going to be a charge against Stevens. That's his third.
And bang, just like that, it's double bonus. Oh, did it on the floor. Must have been offensive.
Well, yes. But if there's another defensive foul by the Hillers, it will be 2 free throws for Holliston. Up, no good. Put back, no good there. Batted out of bounds, and it's Holliston ball. Dumas into Simpson. Back to Dumas. Simpson over to Kiley. Up for the long three. Short there by Simpson. Hillers ball.
Yeah, it was out there.
There's good interior coverage by the Hillers. Hyman feeds it over to Murphy, back to Hyman. Now Murphy for three, no good. Rebound Hicks, over to Pantera. Murphy now takes it out. Feeds it up to Hyman for three, no good. Dumas with the rebound. Kylie over to Simpson. Up for three. Kylie got it. 5-point game.
It was a big three for Holliston right there.
Certainly was. Got him right back in the mix. Over to the short corner, driving in, up and in goes Dessenroth. With possession, Dumas feeds it back to Kylie. Hillers with that 2-3 zone defense paying off. Up and no good there by Zakruski. Hyman over to the corner, Dessenroth for three, and it's short, collected by Dumas. 40 seconds and counting left to go. Driving in and drawing the foul, Owen Zakruski. First to two, no good. Just a bit outside.
A little short. Right now, all I can picture is the student section down at this end here. We'll be yelling out their airball chant.
Yep.
And I miss Scotty Mackin leading in the roller coaster chair.
Absolutely. And the atmosphere for a Hopkinton-Holliston game would be very nice.
Oh, yeah. You know, because this always packs them in. Even on a Wednesday night like tonight, it would still pack them in.
Hyman. Feeds it to Dessenroth, back to Hyman. Over to Hicks. Trying to get it on the interior. Pantera driving to the bucket up with the right hand, no good. And here comes Holliston. 10 seconds and counting left to go in the quarter. Can they get the buzzer beater off? Up, no good. Zakrzewski misses the shot there. It'll be Hiller's ball. Or make that Holliston ball. I believe Pantera actually got the last touch on that. 1.9 seconds, so it'll be a pass and shoot situation. Up and no good is Simpson, and after 2 quarters of play, it is Hopkinton 28, Holliston 22. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys JV Basketball on HCAM. And we are ready for the second half. 28-22 Hillers lead.
Well, better known as the third quarter.
Hopkinton outscoring Holliston in the first 12-9 and in the second 16-13. Up top, Koev. Over to Simpson. Koev feeds it underneath. Great block by Cole Desineroff. As Dumas went up, and now an errant pass. Out of bounds it goes. Holliston ball. Dumas feeds it out. Now Koev. Around the perimeter they go. And a steal. In the right place at the right time, Zach Hyman. Drives into the corner. Wyatt Stevens for three. No good. Loose ball collected by Koev. Up top, little bobble by Dumas. He's able to gather it up. Underneath, up and in goes Zagorzuski, and the foul. And one opportunity. No good. Here comes the Hillers. Stevens to Hicks, back to Stevens. Hicks now. Here's it across to Hyman. Around the top of the perimeter they go. Up for three, Stevens. No good, little short. Swatted in bounds by Smith. Nice swat over to Hyman. Into Desineroff, and now back out to Hicks. A lot of passing going on by the Hillers. Up for three, no good by Smith.
You do all that passing, you have to get it in.
Yeah, I mean, drive the lane.
Something. They did get a shot off, which is fine, but
I guess they're practicing their ball handling skills.
they're doing something.
O'Connor. Stolen away. Here comes Desineroff. To the rack and in. A 6-point Hillers lead. Full court pressure once again by the Hillers. Swatted out by Pantera. Moss over to Koev. Long pass there. And stepping out was Hyman.
Should let it go.
Yeah, he should have.
Had the half court.
Yep. He's hoping for the open break, but
yeah, try to keep it in.
Too late. Koev driving the lane. Draws contact.
That's putting it mildly on that play.
And they'll get Desineroff. That's his fourth, so he'll have to be careful. Simpson feeds it in. Zagorzuski feeds it out to Koev. Dumas for three. Nails it. Shot looked a little high there, but took the right drop into the bucket. Pantera driving in now. Stevens bobbled out of bounds by Ibbotson as he was attempting to come in for the steal. 3-point Hillers lead, 5:06 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Stevens feeds it over to Hicks. Down to Hyman. Off the fingertips of Stevens and out. Simpson to Dumas. Now Kiley. Back to Dumas. Up for three. A little short. Kiley with the rebound along the corner. Here comes the Hillers off the turnover. Hicks takes it to the rack, up with the left hand and in. And we're going to have a timeout called. 4:26 left to go in the third quarter. Hillers back up by 5.
I like the back and forth. It's not too bad. I mean, it's only 5 points right now. Hillers, when they take that much time on their offense and use it up, like 28 seconds to that clock, they got to finish with a field goal. They need to. They just can't give it up because that just hurts them.
Right. Yeah, it's good ball control by the Hillers, but I think they got to rush in the interior more, get to the bucket, taking a lot of outside shots, and at times it's paying off. But I think they could really maybe start to take control if they get to the bucket. And don't forget, we'll be right back here on Friday for more Hillers basketball. We'll have the girls team taking on Medway. JV at 5, varsity at 6:30. No JV2 that day. Well, nice to get Medway on the schedule. Hopkinton Medway, always a great matchup. Into Kiley, and now Dumas. Stolen away, quick break, Hicks feeds it over to Hyman. Desenroth up, no good. Put back Pantera, and he'll draw a foul. Draws the push from Ibbotson, that's his third. Sam Pantera at the line for his third time tonight. He has 5 points overall. First of 2, good. And make that 7 overall. And now 8. Second of 2, no good. Koev feeds it over to Kiley. Kiley to O'Connor, up for the shot, no good. And it's swatted back to him along the baseline. He goes now up, and no. I think Pantera might have got a little bit of a block in there. Desenroth out to Hicks, and we have a travel. Full court pressure once again by the Hillers. Over the corner, up for 3, no good. And it's a Hillers rebound off the missed shot by O'Connor. Taking it in, Stevens feeds it out to Carson, up for 3. And kept in bounds by Desenroth, but no one there for the Hillers. Kiley has it. Go over the corner to Dumas. Kiley now. Dumas driving in, up for the shot, no good. Bat around by Desenroth. Koev has it, feeds it out. Missed three there by Kylie. O'Connor drives in, up and no good. Collected by Stevens. Pantera feeds it underneath. Desenroth up and yes. A nice bucket there for the Hillers. And they are back up by 8. Driving in, Damas feeds it out. Long 2, count it. Zakarzuski. Stevens feeds it to Desenroth, and Desenroth in the right place at the right time. He is really making a big impact underneath the bucket, and we have a foul here. It's going to be against the Hillers. We'll get Ryan Hicks with his first Holliston ball. Dumas on the entry. Koev feeds it up to Simpson, up for the shot, count it. Pass over to Carson, out now to Hicks. Pantera feeds it out to Stevens, up for 3, no good. Pantera with the rebound, puts it back, count it. Back to an 8-point game. Long pass over to Kylie. Out to Simpson now. Kylie launches the 3. No good. Hopkinton has it. Collected by Hicks. Over to Murphy. Up. No good. Pantera pulls it down. Puts it back. And the Hillers have another 2.
Pantera has been key underneath that net tonight.
He certainly has. That should pretty much always be the strategy the Hillers get Pantera under the bucket.
Take a shot and just get Pantera underneath for the rebound.
They must have heard me, Mike. They're starting to drive to the bucket now and getting guys underneath, and they're pulling ahead.
I think that's why the coach has his phone out. I think he's listening to our YouTube broadcast.
That's right. I'm sure he knows a lot more than I do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
Kylie over to Dumas.
He's probably better at math, too.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Koev.
Yeah, ball.
And it's collected by Stevens.
I got to burn up the clock here, get the last shot off.
Yeah, shot clock is off. 12 seconds left in the quarter. Pantera down the lane, no good. Can't finish that time, trying to get to his own rebound. It's batted over the corner, collected by Simpson. Aired out by Kylie, and that'll do it for the third quarter. After 3, Hopkinton leads Holliston 41-31. Fourth quarter coming up next on HCAM. And we are ready for the fourth quarter. Hillers with possession to start things out, up by 10. Chance to pull away here. Hyman driving in, and he'll draw a foul. We'll get Zach Rzuski with his first. Hyman heading to the line for 2. Hits the first. And good on the second. Nice start to the quarter for the Hillers, who lead by 12. Don't forget, right after this game, a 6:30 start for the varsity game. Dumas feeds it out to Koev. And an errant pass there, got by Zakraszewski. And it's taken away by the Hillers. Rowan Smith able to get it over to Hyman. To Bodette, and off his hand out of play. It looks like actually the defender got a piece of it. It'll be Hiller's ball. Hyman feeds it over to Bertucci Bissonette. Roller back to Hyman, backcourt violation. Holliston ball. Feeds it over, and what do we have here?
The whistle was way before the shot.
Yep,
So.
shot was waved off from Zach Rzuski. I think there was a foul. Yeah, we're going to have a push. Good foul there. Saves 2 points.
Yep.
That was on Rowan Smith. That's his second. Now we have a steal. Driving in, Hyman up with the left hand, count it. Zach Hyman making it happen.
He's got a few points tonight, huh?
Certainly does. Pass up top to O'Connor. Now Koev. Driving in is Koev. He'll feed it out. Up for 3. No good there. Is Simpson. Holliston able to maintain as Dumas gets the rebound, feeds it up top, and O'Connor knocks it down for 3. First bucket of the fourth quarter for Holliston, a 9-point game. Along the corner, Bodette feeds it over to Smith. Up with the fadeaway, no good. Loose ball, collected by Bodette. The feed out now to Smith, driving in, draws a foul.
Should give him 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
We'll get O'Connor with his first.
Be nice to make these 2 and give that nice little padding. Because we all know 11 points is nothing.
Yep. Misses the first. Still plenty of time left, 5:57. No good on the second. And it'll be Hiller's ball. On the entry, Bodette. Hyman back to Bodette. Hyman underneath to Desenroth, and he'll draw contact.
Yeah, right now you'd hear the students be cheering, "You can't do that." You know? All those things that we miss.
Well, why don't we have you do the cheers, Mike?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Fourth foul by Ibbotson. And the first shot is good from Desenroth. on the second. Yes. Cole Dessenroth having a nice game. Possession, Simpson feeds it over to Koev. Driving in, up, and good. Back to an 11-point Hillers lead. Bertucci Bissonette over to Dessenroth, now Pantera. Around the perimeter they go. Bodette trying to get it over to Pantera, knocked away out of play. Hillers ball. Hicks. Ryan and Braden Hicks along the right side of the perimeter. Pantera driving in, up. Air ball there. Dessenroth able to collect. Shot clock expires. Holliston will have the inbound. Exactly 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Along the near side, Dumas. Swatted away, Dumas maintains, and there's a push.
Oh.
Yeah, a bit of a push there. They're going to get Ryan Hicks with his second. Caden Dumas on the entry. Koev. Dumas now. Trying to work his way inside. I think he got away with a little carry there. O'Connor along the baseline. Nowhere to go with it. Stolen away. Quick break, Stevens. Down the lane. Up with the reverse. No good. And we have a jump ball. Or was it? Yeah, it was a jump ball call.
That was fast. That was quick.
I don't know about
It was
that
so
one.
blown while there was still Pantera. The other guy was still up in the air.
Yeah. Now the official's going to talk about it.
I think it's going to stay that
All
way.
right. I think it was going to be Holliston's ball either way because I think it was knocked out of the hands of Dumas by a defender. Koev feeds it over, up for three, and
Wow.
in. Ryan O'Connor.
That was old school backboard shot.
Holliston hanging around. An 8-point game. Stevens driving in, and he
Nice
drew
foul.
contact. They're going to get Caden Dumas with his first. First to two, good. Stevens on the second of two. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound, Dessenroth puts it up. No good. Swatted back out, and Holliston has it. Dumas. Koev. Trying to take it in, knocked out of play. On the inbound, Dumas. 9-point Hillers lead, 3:32 left to go. Koev. Back to Kiley. Now Dumas down the lane, up, no good. And we have a foul.
White ball.
It's going to be against Holliston. They're going to get a Ibbotson with the push. That's his fifth, so he's all done.
So is Hopkins to take a sub or a timeout? So they got a choice right here. All right, so the sub is in, and I guess I gotta leave it alone.
Play on.
Play it out. Good sportsmanship right there.
Braden Hicks takes it up. Stolen away. Here comes Kylie. Feeds it over. Ball stripped out. Battle for it. And it's picked up by Stevens. And Stevens was trying to go between the legs of Simpson there, and it was knocked out of bounds off a Panther. Hillers will have the entry from the far side. Hicks back to Stevens. Now Pantera feeds it out to Stevens. Back to Pantera at the elbow, and he knocks it down. 11-point lead for the Hillers. Driving in, and no good is Simpson. Taking it up, Hicks feeds it out to Stevens. Pantera with the finisher. Sam Pantera just dominating the low post in the second half. Simpson gonna take it in. Up for the shot, no good. Pantera with the rebound. Here comes the Hillers. Ryan Hicks drives down. Stevens up top over to Braden. Driving in, up, no good. Dessenroth pulls it down. Feeds it out to Stevens, up for three, no good. Grabs his own rebound, drives in. Pantera with the pump fake. Up for the shot, and it's collected by Holliston. We're going to have a Holliston timeout. 1:52 left to go. Hillers 52, Holliston 39. Things looking good for Hopkinton.
Take good aggressive play, and I'm surprised that there weren't any more fouls. That's how clean these teams are playing right now. And they're just aggressive to the ball, but yet they're still holding off as many fouls as they can. I mean, you already have Ibbotson out for his fifth. I don't think they want to lose anymore.
Certainly don't.
Now with a minute 52 remaining.
And it's been a relatively clean game for Holliston. The Hillers started off in a little foul trouble of their own in the first half, but it did not lead to too many free throws for Holliston. Which was certainly fortunate for the Hillers. Varsity teams starting to trickle in. Should be a good battle, as it always is in the varsity matchup between Hopkinton and Holliston.
I'm excited to see it.
Oh. And maybe we'll see him on the football field this year as well.
As long as it's on David Hughes Stadium, I'll be happy.
Quick break up the floor. No good there. Collected by Hyman. Hillers just going to burn some clock here. No real reason to rush. Nice 13-point lead. Bodette. No good. Battle for it. And Holliston comes up with it. Kanan Damas able to pick it up. Koev driving in, draws a foul.
I thought they were going to get him for an extra step before the foul. I think he got fouled before the extra step.
We'll get Bodette with his first. First of two for Koev, no good. Second of two, no good. And the Hillers have it. Knocked out of the grasp of Bodette by Kylie. Hopkinton inbound with 1:02 left. Hillers going to burn some clock here as Hyman drives in, and we'll have a foul. At the line for 2. We got DeMoss with his second. He hits the first.
How do you say putting the icing on the cake?
With a cherry on top. Icing on the cake. That's the way you say it, Mike.
Oh, I love
Said
cake.
it perfect.
You know that.
Absolutely. That's how you're paid here at HCAM. Hyman feeds it out. 30 seconds left. 13 left on the shot clock. Up and no good there. Hillers rebound. Shot clock is off, and they could just dribble it out if they want. They'll play on.
Yeah, why not?
Play it out. Play to
Get
that
the one last
buzzer.
shot off.
It's going to be a nice win for the Hillers.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's playing out. What?
Not sure what that was about. Moving violation?
I missed it.
We'll go with the moving violation. That's going to do it.
Yep.
Hillers are going to come away with the 53-39 win over Holliston. A good win there. Sam Pantera had a nice game as he was able to put up 16 points for the Hillers. He is your player of the game. Hopkinton JV with the win over Holliston, 53-39. For Mike Terosian, I'm Tom Nappy. We thank you for watching. Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity basketball coming up next on HCAM.